And Mark Medina with the LA Times Lakers blog, staying here at Staples Center. The Lakers coming off a 112-104 victory over the Clippers, and I'll get down to the game in a moment. One thing that really stood out toward the end of the game, even though it had minimal impact as far as the outcome goes, is this ejection with Chris Kaman. There a little bit of chippiness between him and Derek Fisher. Derek was a little frustrated with all the screen and rolls. He thought that were fouls earlier in the game. He was getting under Chris Kaman's skin. That led to 2 technicals late in the game. Chris Kaman actually even threatened Derek to tell him to meet him outside after the game. So I guess, duke it out with bow and arrows or, bottle rockets that Kaman has shown that he can use on, some YouTube videos. You can find it there. That was a little interesting. Derek, was kind of nonchalant about it, but, that kind of speaks to his bulldog mentality. He's known to get under people's skins. Trying to draw charges, trying to be very pesky, and he's come up in big ways, hit a few key shots late down the stretch. But when you look at the rest of the game, there are a lot other more important factors. Kobe Bryant, 37 points, 11 and 21 shooting, 6 assists. He definitely found his shot from the mid-range game and was really able to pick his spots, make sure that he wasn't overdoing it while still maintaining his dominance. Pau Gasol pretty much did the same thing, 26 points, 10 of 15 shooting. He had a little bit of more of an incentive to knock down those shots because he was donating $1,000 for every point that he scored for all the relief going on in Japan with the earthquake and tsunami. 26 points equals $26,000, and it's definitely for a good cause. Obviously, these guys make a lot of money, so it's really pocket change for them. But it's surely a nice gesture. Ron Artest, he's continuing to hone in offensively. He had 15 points. He had some entertaining dunks. He went a little bit overboard. He missed 2 of them in the third quarter, but really, they're unnecessary but harmless. It was very entertaining. But more importantly, he really locked down defensively, holding Eric Gordon to 3 of 14 shooting. And then Andrew Bynum came back after missing the past 2 games because of a suspension, and he pretty much looked like he didn't miss a beat. He didn't really say that the rest really benefited one way or the other, but he looked a little bit more energetic. 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Besides Bynum and Artest, though, the Lakers really lacked consistency on the defensive end. Obviously, they 104 points, 50% shooting. That's not the kind of identity that the Lakers had before the triple overtime game against Phoenix. So it's definitely something they need to improve. And then the bench, they've been very inconsistent. It was thought that Lamar Odom's presence, return to the reserve unit after playing the past 2 games as a starter in place of Bynum, would help. He did his part, 9 points, but 3 of 9 shooting isn't the greatest. And you look at the rest of the stat line, Matt Barnes had 0 points, Steve Blake 3 points, Shannon Brown 4. Obviously the Lakers are going to primarily go to their starters once the playoffs hit, but they really need to have a consistent bench and not blowing leads so they can give the starters some rest, make sure they stay sharp. But all in all, the Lakers continuing to win, and there's a little bit of drop in focus, but nothing too major. But it's all about trying to move forward and make sure that they don't miss a beat.